On December 30th in Columbus, Ohio, emergency responders answered a welfare check at a home where co-workers and friends hadn't heard from a dentist named Dr. Spencer Tepe. When officers arrived, they made a devastating discovery. Spencer, 37, and his wife, Monique Tepe, 39, were both found dead with apparent gunshot wounds inside their own home. Their two young children, ages 4 and 1, were miraculously found alive and unharmed, but their world had just been shattered. For days, the community and law enforcement worked to understand what could have led to such a horrifying crime. There were no signs of forced entry and no weapon at the scene, leaving investigators puzzled and concerned. Then, on January 10th, authorities announced a major break. 39-year-old Michael David McKee, a vascular surgeon from Chicago and the former husband of Monique Tepe, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths. Neighbors of McKee expressed shock at the arrest. One neighbor described him as someone who seemed friendly and ordinary, someone she sat and talked to at the pool and at barbecues, never suspecting he could be linked to such a crime. According to court documents and surveillance evidence, police were able to connect McKee to the scene by identifying his vehicle on neighborhood cameras, arriving before and leaving after the estimated window of the attack. Investigators later located the car in Rockford, Illinois, where McKee was taken into custody in Winnebago County. An extradition hearing is scheduled to bring McKee back to Ohio to face the charges. At this stage, police and prosecutors have not released a motive, and McKee remains presumed innocent until proven guilty in court. Meanwhile, the Tepe family has been remembered by those who knew them as devoted parents, wonderful neighbors, and deeply loved members of their community. A GoFundMe campaign has been set up to support their 2 young children during this unimaginably difficult time. This case raises many questions about jealousy, relationships from the past, and the unexpected danger that can lurk behind familiar faces. Law enforcement continues to investigate, and the community remains shaken as more details emerge. What really happened that night between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m.? Why would someone allegedly target a couple in their own home while their children slept nearby? These are the kinds of questions that make true crime stories not just news, but part of a broader conversation about safety, motive, and justice. Thank you for joining us today as we explore this tragic story. What do you think about this development? Comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.